Welcome back, everyone. Glad to have you back here today. We are on our second match of PEC today, and we're back today with Cloudy, and
Kaya.
we're glad to have you guys back today. So we're really excited to see these new teams, new maps come out today. Hopefully we see some new agents as well. So what are you looking forward to seeing today?
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing Ascent. Considering the game last week, it was a really nice, fun Ascent map. It wasn't too close, but correct me if I'm wrong, but MSU won on attacking, right?
Yes, from
Like
what
they
I
were
remember.
really
Yep.
they didn't do that best on defense, and then they
Right.
did really good on attack. So
Right. Doing the controversial little giving up a few rounds of defense, the typical Ascent defense sided, but completely wiping the map on attack. So definitely hope to see that again today.
hmm
So today I think we're playing Kansas. Yep,
yes,
Kansas today. And looking Yep. And last week he played Syracuse and 2-1 them. His first couple games were a little bit close here and there for the round scores, but we definitely pulled through and got the maps back in a 2-1 win. So hoping to see a bit more of a clean win out today and, well, just an overall really good game from both sides. So agents-wise, right, we're seeing these really, I guess, defaulty maps again. We see the Ascent, we see the Crowd, we see the Abyss. Are there any agents you specifically look forward to seeing?
I'm looking forward to seeing some Jet. I know that Illogical has been focused on playing Jet lately, which is good considering I think last week he played ISO. He
Yeah.
wasn't maybe the best pick, so I'm looking forward to seeing different duelists.
Yep, that's for sure. I think ISO's always an interesting pick. We did see a lot of Chamber, though, I think. We saw both sides
Yeah,
picking Chamber on Abyss last time.
exactly. I think there was Chamber for the last two games too, right?
Right, yep. So really excited to see if they're same thing on Abyss, too. You think the maps or the agents are going to change? Same team comp?
I don't know. I guess we'll have to see.
Excited to see.
I, my guess is that they will change considering how close the games were
Right,
last week. Try to switch it up.
right. That's for sure. And I think since we're so close from last week, 7 days, or I guess it was so recent, I think it's definitely going to be fun to see what strats they change, how they change things up. Because we saw a lot from last week that some things they definitely could have worked on, right? Because they're a new team. They're newly practiced, a new roster. So we saw a lot of space being given up, a lot of info not being done, some Silver Darts going astray. So we're definitely hoping to see more of that util go to better use this time. But, of course, as always, go MSU. Of course, and we hope to see some good gameplay.
For
So
sure.
bans-wise here, if we look at Kansas banning Sunset, Michigan State banning Haven, because last week they let Haven through, right?
Yeah.
Do you think it's because we don't want the Haven, the poor performance on Haven, or is it just like a default map ban that kind of slipped away last week?
I think it's probably because they don't want to go with Haven.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Haven's a bit brutal.
I think it was like 12-3 or no, they got a few more rounds, but it was a 10-2 first half, I
Right.
think. So
Yep,
yeah, I probably wouldn't want to pick that either.
that's true. All right, agent select, locking in the agents here. Typically, we see a lot of just relatively same sentinels. We don't see anything beyond the KJ Cypher pick. Sova is always a very strong contender for initiator, and this time around we have MSU red side, but I believe the exact same team as last. Yep, like the same thing as last week here. We got Lemur here on Euro, Heron there on Sova, Slouch on Omen, Illogical on Jet, and Kirisoto on Cypher.
Cypher. So Cypher instead of Chamber this week.
That is true. So definitely change things up a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like Kansas is running a Clove. How do you feel about that?
Clove's interesting. I think I don't get to say much because I think everyone in my lobby just uses the ult in the most horrendous, awful
yeah.
times. But I think for this level of gameplay, I hope to see them use a bit more of a swing off ult. Just Clove dying, baiting the Clove, and then swinging off each other off that. But definitely really more of an aggressive duelist, or aggressive smokes here.
Yeah, how do you think that's going to work? Because Clove smokes are typically a bit shorter than all the other
Right.
smoke agents, correct?
Yep, that's true. Typically the callouts, I think, will probably be geared towards more faster blitz style attacks, right? Because as you mentioned, they disappear pretty quick. Not sure if that's enough time necessarily to bait something, to bait a site, or really cover much. So I hope to see some fast executions here and, well, some excellent, I guess, attack over defense from MSU here. MSU starting on attack, and as always, we do know that MSU's attack is slightly stronger than usual from their defense. They're really tight-knit, really grouped up, and really like to play off each other. Yep. See a little bit of that here. Some early peeks out from Illogical here, taking mid space. We really like the mid space coming out here. And Kansas is a little bit rotating from A, just cautious that there are a lot of MSU players already up their mid. And right now, there's currently only one Kansas State KJ on B here. Uto being broken here. MSU does have psychological swings to CT here, hoping to make contact here. He knows people are around. Warwick does get the first kill on Cursoda. Cursoda goes down 4v5 for MSU. Warwick goes down to good trades come out, and it's a 3v3 for MSU versus Kansas State here. Both sides still have full HP and Uto. MSU now still has plant down now and has to play site defense for post plant, and now Kansas is stuck in a site retake here with, well, classics and pistols. Just a little bit peek off each other here. So we don't really expect this like slow play here. Do you think they're waiting for the close smoke, or what do you think they're waiting for to kind of take the site here?
I think they just don't want to give up sight personally. Not get the use of space off.
One enemy remaining.
Sure, your MSU here taking down a really successful first round of attack here. This is a very pivotal round to take for MSU. Great round for MSU here. Winning on pistols, just really, well, game-changing, influential for the rest of the rounds here. We get the really nice buy round here, hoping to take into 2-0, but great round, MSU.
For sure.
Kansas City here, we saw them give up a lot of space on B, you know, just leave the KJ there and just hover around Garden here. How do you feel about that?
I personally don't think that was a good play from them. Of course, they don't really know Michigan State's play style, so they don't know exactly what they're going to do, but, you know, knowing Michigan State's play style, I would not let them just want to take site because, you know, Michigan State just locks down that site after bomb is planted, so just unfortunate for them.
That is true, and we look at more of a default here. We see Spike and Spawn here with Cursoda looking at mid here with his Ghost and making contact B main here with Kansas. And Kansas is awfully making a lot of space there up mid. We see them taking up all of mid, actually making contact with Lemur. Lemur does not make a shot here, still 5v5. However, MSU does have the guns here. Kansas City's Yoro does hit, I think he did get hit for 140, or at least he's pretty low here. And now both teams are just kind of in standstill, just looking at their angles, looking at the site, just not making too much contact here. Although MSU does have the guns, they seem to be a little bit hesitant and just looking to take the pick before really enacting anything. So a drone comes out mid here, does not see anyone. Kansas is just maybe making out of the drone, does not see the drone here, so no contact made with the drone. MSU does not know that they're, well, Kansas's Angel playing Sova here is stuck mid close here. Lemur is just still awfully careful of that with the Outlaw, but of course since Sova's up there, that we do know that the fake TP, or it was a fake TP. Now MS is gearing towards A site here with 30 seconds left on the clock, having to make the plant down still, and Kansas City still having 5 people on the map here. Everyone's gearing towards A now, seeming to giving up B here. MSU is going to take site here with flashes still coming out here. Logical getting the first kill on site. Great 2 kills from MSU here. Now MSU's has to take plant down, 16 seconds left on the clock. Logical taking heaven space and looking at a really low Yoru in front of him. He has the Vandal advantage, but is also 47 HP. On top of Jen, Lemur gets the kill on Angel, and now it's 4v2 for MSU. Sees him, nice, great second kill from Lemur here, pulls out the classic just in case this is the other one, but now the last very player with 10 HP here is up on Heaven for Kansas State. Great kill by Lemur, great round with Outlaw and 3 kills. We didn't really see much Outlaw last week, I don't think, right?
No, I don't think so. I think we saw Outlaw a few times on Haven.
Right.
But I also want to point out that Michigan State won their pistol rounds, which last week, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think they won any.
They won 1, right?
Or 1, excuse me,
out of what, 6? Okay, perfect. So 1 round last week, and we already got the 1 this week. So hopefully a double, a triple, a quadruple this time.
Just a lot brighter outlook for Michigan State.
Definitely, for sure. Pistol is always a very flip-floppy round for a lot of teams. So really glad to shake that down right now. Yuta coming out here with MSU having to play that bonus round here, but not many people died last round. So MSU does have a pretty strong buy to contend Kansas's full buy. Kansas looking to kind of giving up A space here. We see them kind of leaving straight while MSU showing a lot of presence mid. They do have the info that MSU is mid. Lemur getting the kill on Angel here, making a 5v4 for MSU. Having a great first kill here. They do, or MSU is aware that there could be one there with Illogical looking at that corner, maybe making contact. Dash is popped. However, MSU seems to playing really low here. If you see the Omen back in A spawn, they're watching A main, and MSU just taking a lot of space up mid in tree. We see the Sova drone coming out, information coming out, and Chris Soto just sitting main here, just watching watching market, making sure that no one is picking him there. MSU seems to be gearing towards a B take here while giving up A, while Kansas is unfortunately sitting wine, tree, and near A spawn. Maybe if MSU takes a fast take here, it's gonna be quite, well, fingers crossed, successful. KG Uto about to make contact with MSU here, Lemur seeing the Uto, knowing that KG is on site here. Doesn't know she's necessarily stairs, but Uto comes out. Site is taken, dodges the flash here. They do know that MSU is going to take site here, takes contact here. Gets traded out here, Bullseye hitting two really nice shots, 3v3 here, MSU Kansas. Now MSU does take plant down, Lemur misses the shots here, as Warren Bullet does get killed by Bullseye here, 3v2 for Kansas against MSU. Does come out. Great kill from Logical. Gets traded by Crispy. 2v1. Heron not shooting the clone. He's not shooting the clone. He's watching. He's so careful on watching the stairs. He knows someone's there. Gets the kill there. 1v1 here. He knows. He's so aware that he's there on lane. Takes the fight. Gets that kill. Great round for MSU. Bonus round taken for MSU.
Great job. You don't see those a lot.
You don't see those a lot. Especially at this level. Ascent attack too. Awesome round from MSU.
Yeah, that is amazing. Also, I want to talk about Killjoy's Molly there. Did you see that? It was just one ollie right in the middle of main, excuse me. How do you feel about that?
I didn't really see that though. Could you describe that more? Like, I don't know what happened there.
You can see it on the map right there, just right in front of main.
Oh, right in front of main? Yeah.
Do you think that's smart? Do you think it's useful for slowing down, or is it predictable?
I've never really seen that before, to be honest. Like, I don't think any of the games I've ever cast have seen that before, so really interesting choice. I wonder if it's like a personal, preference thing,
or I wonder if how much,
thought is put into that.
Yeah.
A little bit of odd. Seems like MSU is just still kind of leaning towards similar buys here. We see Lemur still with the Outlaw, but can't complain. Don't fix it if it's not broken. MSU just really defaulted here. I think they're taking it really slow compared to the past few weeks. We expected kind of a really aggressive push out, but we see MSU just taking their time, taking their space here. We see a lot of that Omen on A watching main here. How do you feel about that? Do you like him lodged up there with him playing smokes?
I do like it, considering that, unfortunately he missed it, but if he would have just waited, that jet probably would have peeked around the corner.
Right. Cutting through. So Omen might make contact with that jet there with A main here. MSU is gearing towards A, but unfortunately for MSU, they don't know that Kansas is also kind of stacked towards A. They do hear the drone. They do know the info is there. Slouch walking up main here does not know there is two. About to make contact here. MSU is about to take the gunfight here. Takes one, gets the first kill. Great kill. He does not flash. He does not know there is one right on him. They do see the cloak. This goes down by Logical here. 4v3 for MSU here. Having guns, having the information, having the space. MSU taking side take here, knowing what is main here. Plan is about to go down. 2 kills from MSU here, making it 4v1 here. Although they don't have guns, they do have the kills. Dart comes out. They are aware of where War is. KJ is about to go down with the pistol here. Not much you can do here. Can't save, can't run, does not have anything to do. Has to peek it, has to figure out something. But unfortunately, KJ does not have a lot of options here. Makes a fight. Wow, amazing headshot from War here. Tries to spam out here, does not get a lot, and goes down by Curasoto. Great round from MSU. 3 people surviving, 4-0.
Yeah, that was great. So last week we saw MSU play aggressive, as they normally do, but I think that it was important to note that they played that so slow, because it's important not to give the other team these picks on these type of rounds. Their ego round where they have guns. So
yeah, for sure. So I'm surprised they dropped the Outlaw here now. Finally gave it up. Lemur, oddly enough, I feel like Lemur's still pretty poor though for having kept the Outlaw for what, 3 rounds?
Yeah.
That's
it's
interesting.
on the judge now, so.
Yep, that is for sure. But he does have all, so we might see tricky, annoying gameplay here. Goes in. MSU is able to clear sight here, aware that KJ Uto's popped. KJ Uto popped a little bit prematurely, I feel like, but they do know he's backside. KJ is spotted. Judge comes out here, gets the kill here. Great pick. Senti down on B. MSU having sight here. Plant has a minute 30 to go down here. There's so much time for MSU here. One could pop out CT smoke, does not pop CT smoke. Sova all comes out here on Plant. Does not anyone care. Soda gets hit by Sova. Heron gets 2 here with this ult. We saw a lot of ult rally from Heron last week as well. Both Sova are really doing great here. MSU completely shutting down Kansas to a 5% flawless. Wow.
That was an amazing round.
That was.
I think that Yoru ult definitely helped them get the confidence to just run into sight.
Right. I'm a little surprised they haven't called a timeout yet. It's complete steamrolling, just everything just going downhill for Kansas. But the Sova ult though, Heron getting 2 off the Sova ult.
Yeah,
was extraordinary. We saw a lot of that last week as well. Heron getting a lot of that Sova value too.
I definitely think that MSU was utilizing their util a bit better.
A lot smoother, a lot of cohesion there. I agree. Dart taking down here. They do know that there is at least one person MSU here, so Kansas is pretty stationary on A. No one's really rotating. We see that alarm bot mid now. Pretty typical same setup from KJ. I'm a little bit curious if she's going to change it, right? Has not worked a lot. B has been taken pretty easily by MSU, so a little bit of change might be needed from Kansas's KJ, but still, MSU's just still playing slow, still playing outside the smoke, just so careful. Drone comes out here, does not see the one. Wine does see 2 in main here, but ever so cautious. There is a judge right in front of them. Drone comes out. Dash is coming in. Yuto comes outside, is taken here. Herring gets the first kill on Bullseye here. Judge goes down. 5v4 here. MSU here. However, there is 2 still more around A. goes
Ooh.
down. Crispy goes down, or Illogical goes down by Crispy here. Now Crispy has a gun. A little bit of util, a little bit of gun from Kansas, but still not a great taker. Soda sees one entry, gets the kill here. 5v3 for 4v3 for MSU here. And no, well, do know that Soda is tree, so he has to fall back a little bit, but 2 are heaven, 1 is CT. MSU just has to play a post plant. They already got the plant secured down. They just have to play time, play it so slow. We see Soda just lodging here, knowing that they have to push in because they can't get the tree control stopped. Getting one in, absolutely shutting down Kansas into a 6-0. Wow.
Yeah, I want to talk about, their initial push on the site.
Right.
Like, that was beautiful. Even though there was a smoke that, as most teams would kind of just wait for it to go, or they just, they had the Yoru clone, and then the Sova dart, and then the jet. It was just all at once. It was beautiful.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So-
We saw a lot of, well, I guess, as you said, just teamwork here, right?
Yeah.
Here and there. The calls are a lot better. I feel like we are calling that. We see them in smoke as we dash by. We see, Soda slow down here. You're in tree. We have plant down, slow down here. So how are you feeling about the play so far, right? Because we've seen a mid take, we've seen an A take, B take. Which one do you think is stronger? Which one do you think is preferential for MSU?
I want to say that their B take is great. I think that it's really useful for them to take mid. It makes them, gain insight and stuff. But that B push right there was just beautiful. They had 2 people just waiting for them to come, and they still overtook them. It was great.
That's for sure here. And that KJ util is just a little bit still iffy here. Do you think they should switch sites because they keep taking A so easily, or just switch up that util a little bit?
Yeah, I think that they should either switch sites, and they should I feel like the Molly for main that they want to do would work a bit better there, especially with that hard push that they just did. Or, switch it up. But it looks like she's doing the same thing this round. So.
Well, yeah, so she doesn't learn her lesson there, just keep steamrolling. So after the timeout here, hopefully Kansas has a little bit more of a footing on this ledge here. The 6-0 loss. MSU leading with a really wide margin here. It seems like they are going to play a little bit more aggressive. We see the 3A main here just pushing out, taking space. However, unfortunately, MSU isn't there, so Kansas has the information that could be mid, could be B now. Now, A being completely cleared by Kansas, but MSU also just completely walking up mid here. Where is that there is an alarm bot here? Logical is hit by the alarm bot, slightly vulnerable. Lemur does go down by the KJ, unfortunate timing. Logical misses all his knives on the right click here. KJ getting 3. Cart face killing her, and there's a 5v1 for MSU. Not much Soda can do here. Maybe get a pick, get a 2 picks, just take on and does not do that. War taking down. Wow,
not the best
MSU.
round, but I will say I think the reason why they lost one was just I don't think they didn't win their ones there.
Yeah, that is for sure. It was just one after the other. First kill accidental, sure, has knife out, whatever. Missing knives, okay, sure, whatever. 3-4 going down, okay, maybe we gotta change things up a little bit, but Kansas is taking the first round of this map. Seems like MSU is a bit more hesitant this time to go mid against that alarm bot and KJ, so.
Yeah. Looks like KJ, it's switched up their site. They're on A now.
Look, Mr. Velasco does know that KJ is here now. Takes down Soda here. 4v5 for MSU. No one is heaven, but defender side KJ does take out the Logical, killing 1 here. Crispy getting slouched and Neighbor getting killed, and Crispy as well. Trades come out. This is the closeout we talked about. Hopefully the trades come out. Trades do come out from Carface here. 3v1 for the girl. And unfortunately, Lemur just cannot do much. Info is given. They know where he is. He is darted, and unfortunately, Plant cannot go down here. Maybe you get 1 if he's lucky, but if you know where he is. He's just playing so slow here, faking a plant. Fake goes out main, but I guess they don't really believe it too much. There is still 1 heaven if he's want to make that contact, but the Kansas State players are just playing so slow. They're playing so cautiously. They know he's 10 HP, but they still play that. Bullseye shutting down Lemur there. And that was the Clovault that we kind of talked about. Just hoping that Clovault would be baited by his teammates, getting traded by his teammates. And, well, Kansas City did a good job on that.
Yeah, that was great. We were on a Logical's cam during that part, and he just didn't know where to look. There was Clove behind him. There was someone coming up heaven, and it was just unfortunate for him. And, yeah, it worked out great for Kansas team.
Right.
Also, we saw Killjoy's util be on A site. How do you think that switched up the rounds?
So definitely just switch it up. I think there's a little prediction there, right? They know KJ has been hitting B every single round. So knowing that and knowing MSU is probably going to go away after that devastating loss there, it was a pretty smart move. I did like that. Really well played from Kansas.
Looks like Killjoy's back on that beast.
Yep, that's true with that Molly main. MSU here just spread apart, seemingly just taking space here. A lot of mid taken. Do make contact here. Bullseye getting Lemur. First down, first blood. Slouch killing Scarface, and now makes it 4v4 for MSU. Still in the game, still taking fights here. Urisoda going down by Warwick here. MSU is going down by 1v1s here. Careful, be so careful. Logical is in the smoke, does not see him here. 2v4 for MSU. They are where 2 are though. This is definitely still winnable. Omen does have the ult here. Heron gets 1 here. 2v3 Heron is also 1 tap. They just have to play it so carefully, so slowly. We do see that Kansas's Sova does have the ult. I wonder if he does use the ult, does not use the ult. He knows that 1 is low, does not commit ult. Sees 1. Does not scan, and now they just have to play site. MSU having to play a whole site down. This is spammable though. This is really winnable. Getting damage down here would be extremely valuable. The spam comes out here. Spam comes out here. Does not. No, Heron does get 1 here, but get 2v2. Kansas Sova is slightly tapped, makes contact here, even tapped even more, drops down, gets 1, 2v1 here for MSU, spams him, gets the round here, 2v4 for MSU. Great round.
That was some great teamwork right there.
Definitely. That was bit of a shocker there, turning a 2v4 into, you know, an instant 2v2, 2v1, and instantly winning the round. So definitely Heron having that valuable, well, recon dart there, being able to see them, spam them, and really great timing from MSU.
Yeah, that was great. You saw that he was just kind of waiting for the right moment to fire that dart so he can get back safely and still, you know, get useful information. That was great timing from him.
Right, that is for sure. But we see a lot of, like, really good kills from Kansas, though, I feel like.
Yeah, I completely agree. You know, the start of the round, that was just beautiful 1v1 from Kansas.
Everyone, Craft Phase, Bullseye getting their 1s respectively. Sova all comes out here, not really necessarily doing too much damage here. 80 damage on Sova, but there's not too much impact from that yet. We see MSU taking so much mid space here. They have so much formation up mid, or I guess they're all stuck in mid here, and Spike is just left near B main. Kurosoda in B main, just waiting for that push out. See if anyone does push out. A is left empty. Kansas is Sova drones out A, does not see anyone here. Kansas now being so aware of mid, so aware of B, walking kind of drifting near B here. They do see smokes come out here, comms come out from Kansas that MSU is going to hit. We see that Euro and spawn there coming towards B. Now all Kansas players are slowly rotating here. Great pick from MSU. Lemur getting 2 here. Does not get that one as a clone. Great call by Logical in their spawn. Right to take that fight there. However, he might get timed again from last time. Does not make contact here. 5v3 for MSU here. Kansas still does have 2 big ults they can use. It decides to seemingly not commit them just yet. Does not commit them off the plan. Sova ult does not come out. This recon dart comes out here and really nice clear on the Sova dart here. Shots come out here. Still a lot of Yutos. Cart phase having an op. Completely unexpected. Flashes come out. Gets 1!
Wow.
Lemur's 3rd kill here and completely shuts them down. Great round from MSU.
Yeah, you know, I was wondering why they weren't gonna use that Yoru ult to like information to come back, but yeah, for that
makes sense now.
It also explains why they're really focused on mid. Once you know Michigan State was kind of focused towards B, there were still 2 people watching mid, so now it makes sense.
Right.
Looks like another Yoru and op, like we saw last week.
I know, right? That's a lot of Euros on ults. Ops. I haven't seen MSU do too much offense yet, but fortunately this is attack. Let's see what they pull out in defense. But
yeah, do you think that Logical's gonna run that op next
well, it makes a bit more sense rather than the Euro op. So I do hope to see a little bit of Jet op. We saw great stuff last week. Great kills from Logical though, talking about him. 5v4 here for MSU. Spams come out, games just taken here. Players go not really down, but they're just going on site to take bomb there. Blink comes down for MSU. Now Kansas is stuck in a 4v5 retake with Sova being low. Sova ult still does not come out here. Still a bit surprised from that. You're sort of taking a little bit of damage here, and MSU just having a very tight setup here. Seems a little bit scary that they might get spammed. They all are playing their respective angles. Sova ult finally coming out here does not make too much of an impact. I don't believe anybody was tagged off of that, but now Kansas has to play 3v5 retake here. Jet's coming out here, maybe making contact with Slouch. Comes out here, shuts down Slouch. Bullseye getting 2 here. Bullseye getting 3, but gets shut down by Heron, solidifying the 9-2 round by MSU. That Sova ult is coming really, really late.
Yeah, I completely agree. Wow, that was a beautiful 3K.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely an entry duelist here, getting amazing rounds. But just a little bit dubious on holding that Sova ult for so long. I just keep remembering, you know, like just you just ult the plant. You're not ulting the plant.
Yeah, completely agree.
final round here, Kansas is stuck in a kind of a medium buy here. Cannot afford rifles, just has to stick with the Guardians. But fortunately, at this level, they are known for hitting their head taps. So maybe looking for a little bit better gunfights from Kansas. The strong round from MSU here. If they get this round, 10-2, enormous lead for Ascent attack. Flash has come out here. Lemur potentially getting one. Does not. Shut down by Bullseye here. Slash getting the trade. There is wary of the maybe being one more. TP's back here. No contact is made. 4v4 here for MSU here. MSU seem to look more towards these here with the entry on site. Dash comes out. Vito comes out. They do kill KJ. Hearing it the nice shutdown. War Angel getting a trade on Heron. Angel getting 3 there on MSU here. Now Slosh is stuck in a 1v3 take. Angel is low here, but he does need to get spiked. Sees the drone coming out here. Hears it. Has to avoid it. And fortunately dies just in time. Does know he is there though. Makes the contact does not kill. Slosh is stuck in a 1v3 situation, but we have seen it before. This is very, very doable. So, but it is very low. But Euro still has the ult on Kansas City's side. Slosh is stuck in a little bit of a perilous situation here. Gets the kill. 1v2 here. There's no he's there. Unfortunate. The recon dart, the Sova, or the Yor ult, everything just kind of solidified. You know, he's right here. Just spam it, get ready for it.
Yeah, for sure. No, that was I want to say the reason why Kansas won that round was definitely because of that 3K with on that with Sova.
Right.
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah,
excuse
definitely.
my words, but wow, that was beautiful. It really shut down Michigan State for entering onto site.
Yeah, a little unexpected too. Sova, I think, quite almost just doubled his kills from one round
Yeah,
alone.
I think Sova was the bottom frag.
Yep.
So yeah,
Unfortunate, but I guess MSU now has a really solid 9-3 lead on defense. You know, Ascent is known for the defense, but MSU unfortunately is also not known for its defense.
Yeah.
So, looking to maybe just take this round here pretty quickly, or take this half pretty quickly. Fingers crossed, and we see Kurosoda here set up on A. Just a little bit of a just kind of spread out loadout.
Yeah.
Logical, fast push up. Does have the right idea, but gets shut down by War here. Really nice shot by Ward. Where he's there, Lemur takes the fight, gets the kill here. Kurosoda also gets his one Carface getting a trade on Kurosoda here. 3v3 for MSU here. Both sides are tagged. Flank goes down. MSU has to play that ridiculous site retake for Ascent. Not a fun deal. No one likes it, but unfortunately this has to be done. Now MSU here is stuck against the Soviet. Does get attacked here. Has to back off so he does not get spammed. But other two MSU players are also just stuck. Well, not stuck in main, but walking up main, ready to make contact here. And I think this is going to be a really interesting trade-off because we got Kansas's people just sitting in hell. Out, Slouch out, getting killed by Gloves. Angel kills Heron. It goes down here. MSU losing the very first round of defense.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I want to talk about how I think the only thing difference we see in Michigan State's comp is instead of the chamber, we see a Cypher. So do you think that's going to work out in Michigan State's favor for locking down those defense sites?
Yeah, for sure. I think the idea of chamber is to get those, you know, early first bloods, to have the numbers advantage, take out guns with his headhunter, and ultimately I think that can also be fulfilled with Illogical getting that early pick there, right? That is the first blood that chamber's valued for. If they can get that first blood, have that chamber value, I think having the Kurosoda as Cypher is also invaluable, just having a site completely locked down. I think we've seen this one before too.
Yeah, I think we have. I don't think it worked out in Michigan
I
State's
don't think so it did
favor,
either.
but
Interested to see how it goes this time.
Yeah.
We do see that one Kansas State player just sitting outside there. However, they are flooding main. Above Kurosoda, Ward kills Heron. Kurosoda shutting down one. Cage goes down here. Just a little bit of damage on the other one. Unfortunately, gets completely spammed and surrounded. 3v4 here for MSU here. Taking down one is already pretty good here, but unfortunately, Kansas has the guns. They have the sight, and Flank goes down. Not much MSU can do here.
Spike planted.
I do really hope that's going to work one day, though. I do want to see that.
yeah.
Carface completely shutting down Slouch. Angel getting his kill on Logical 2. 1v5 for Lemur does not. 1v4 from Lemur does not get any progress there either. 9-5. Doable. Quite doable still. Buys from MSU. While I guess Kansas still has a really strong save round. They did not lose. Well, I guess they lost one person, but did not lose that many guns.
I think Michigan State like hard saved that round. I think I saw all of them with the classics. So.
Yeah, that's for sure. How do you think they should play this now? We saw them aggressive up but lose the classics.
Yeah. I think that Michigan State should not play so aggressively.
Especially considering they have that Cypher, right?
Yeah, for sure. Just kind of let them come onto site and then, you know,
Right.
take them then.
They I do like that site for one way though. Very typical setup on site here with the trips and everything. Does see 1 or 2 on site here. Your OTP's back. Lemar maybe making contact here. Knows that's so obviously a clone. Oh, he does not get out here. Did not hit the headshot here. Carface getting the first round. Lemar here. Guns go down. Cursola goes down as well. 2v5 retake for MSU here. So he comes out here and getting the other jet with the last bullet here. Yuto comes out just completely blocked off site. Carface spamming Heron into the smoke, getting him as well. 2v4 here for MSU. Logical taking this peek into market here. There's no one there. Clears market here, and both players just have to take this retake slowly. They don't know where anyone else is, and they do now know that Kansas has the guns, has the vandals, has the rifles. Soldier comes out, and Logical is tagged here. However, they don't know where the other player is. Slouch is making his way towards spawn, and both players separate, seemingly looking to save here from Illogical, and Slouch also backing out into A, maybe looking for an exit frag here as well. So, defense. This is what we saw a lot of last week too. A lot of little losing their ones, especially when they can't lose their ones, especially Cursola. If you're set up on site, you can't, you know, necessarily lose your site.
Yeah, for sure. Also, we saw Lemur was in mid, and he honestly, they wouldn't have even known he was there if he didn't start shooting.
Right,
You know?
exactly. And it's just unfortunate. It gets flashed, but does get spammed. They didn't clear him at first, but
Once
it's
he made
just
himself
very
known.
unfortunate. Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's all good though.
Yep, definitely going forward. They still have the strong semi-buy, but
Yeah, would you semi-buy here, or would you want to save to reset eco? How would you?
I do kind of like the semi-buy considering we did save, right? Just call, oh, like, okay, they're not even semi-buying, they're just basically full buying.
Yeah.
Well, scratch that call here. The call there is full buying. I did like the half buys.
Yeah, yeah. Let's rephrase the question.
Not sure about this one this time, but again, playing aggressively, maybe just trying their fingers and, I guess, stepping their foot in. This tactic once again. And Cursola seeing the drone here, has the one way up, knows he can't play as aggressive as before. No one is out here. That is the drone. They do know Cursola's on the left side now. But it seems like no one really is willing to come out just yet. We do see Kansas players, all 4 of them main, with one looking at mid, and MSU just being really wary of A side as well, still sticking to there. Cursola not making contact yet, and everyone just playing so slowly. Kansas has a still whopping 1 minute on the clock, so not much needs to go on yet. Dart comes out, does not skin anyone. I do not think I heard any skins. And now, well, maybe they're skins. Seems like they are all rotating over here. Smoke comes out here. MSU is playing.
Yeah, do you think Kansas is going to rotate on this? It kind of looks like they're
Kind of moving back towards
yeah,
mid, right?
but I wonder if they have time to with only 30 seconds left.
Right.
Looks like Sova is still in main with the spike though, so
That is true.
30 seconds left.
Seems like
it's kind of a gamble
MSU's
for Michigan State what site that they should focus most of their players on.
right. It seems like unfortunately they made the wrong gamble here. Site being taken here by Kansas State. They do know where both players are. Shots come out here. Great kill from Kansas. Cursola
10 seconds left.
locking down site here. Spike has to go down here. So again, the kill here getting one. Spike goes down. So but is one tap here. 4 seconds left on the clock. Is easily spammable. Just has to spam it. Does not get the spam out. Gets the spam out actually. Just really starts spamming. And Lasso getting the final kill for MSU.
Great job. Yeah, this round was definitely needed considering the last 3
Yeah, ish.
yeah.
Rounds of losses 3 to 4.
Yeah, so definitely needed for Michigan State. So now let's talk about the question that we just asked prior. Do you think the hard buy or was a smart decision?
Well, I guess in hindsight, no, yeah, it is. But of course, I do like the idea of picking your guns off your teammates, because they do like playing aggressive. Having the rifles play a bit more aggressive up in front while the pistols walk back or take back the guns near them or close to them, I think it's a pretty ideal play as well. But
Still looks like Heron cannot buy full shield.
it's true. 6-10 here lead for MSU. Great kill for Lemur. 5 live gets completely whittled down at 30 HP here, but does survive. MSU still clean down into their Yoru. Logical making possible contact here with Kansas. He's coming out. Oh, the CM does get shut down by Cartface here. 4v4 here for MSU. Well, I guess Ward does get the Cone Heron as well. 3v4 now for MSU with Glory being low. Cursola having to lock down site. don't really see anyone here. Seems like Kansas is just backing off site, knowing A is free. Euro does clear site, but unknowingly doesn't know that MSU has 2 players near A. Flash comes out heaven. I think he maybe sees
Yeah, I
does
think he
see that
sees the
gun there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Euro. Lemur getting the kill on Carface 3v3 here for MSU. All comes out, just making sure they're there, just checking where they are, just getting the locations.
Was that a double Yoru wall this game, or this round?
Yeah, right. But unfortunately, it seems like Kansas'
30
Euro
seconds left.
wasn't able to do quite too much there. They were playing site now with both Kansas players A main. Drone comes out from Kansas, and now MSU is kind of knowing that there is at least one there, 2 there. 19 seconds left on clock, cannot come out. Lemur getting the first great kill on Angel. 14 seconds left, not much time Kansas can do. Down. Kill comes out from Lemur. Plant has to come down. It is a 2v1 now. Plant doesn't. Oh, Plant is going down. He does not go down.
No.
Kirisoto just has to survive though. He is making the right call and runs away. Great round from MSU.
I wanted to see Lemur get that ace though.
Yeah, right.
Unfortunate. Looks like Clove knew exactly what he was gonna do.
Right. He's doing all of that with 10 HP too.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Beautiful play from Lemur.
So Kansas kind of got to switch things up a little bit. How do you feel about, MSU kind of adapting around what Kansas is doing? What do you think Kansas should do differently now once MSU has changed to them?
So it looks like Kansas was kind of catered towards B and then slowly goes to A. That's kind of like what we've seen before. Or they just,
Right.
I think Michigan State was doing a good job just adapting. What they should do different though, I want to say they should be focused towards mid. We saw Michigan State lose really poorly when they were using all their util towards mid. So
Yeah, that's true for sure. I think definitely Kansas has got to work on a little bit more. Hitting that site, they keep waiting for that very last second, and then not being able to take site ultimately, just losing within the last 30 seconds. They do see a lot of rotates here. Rotates are seemingly successful. They do like first picks up front, first bloods, second bloods. However, they aren't able to secure the later rounds, just maybe because they're waiting too long. Maybe just looking at continuing the momentum after getting the first few picks.
for sure.
So definitely looking to close out this round here. MSU leading, I think it was 11 game score.
Yes, 11-6.
Yep. So 2 more rounds here, 2 big rounds here.
And then the next map is Corrode.
Yes,
Yeah.
I believe so. Yep. Corrode.
Time to jump.
MSU here. I guess this is kind of what we're talking about. Kansas just completely gearing up towards B. Contact is made. Oh, it does not get the kill. Al Kirisoto's playing site here, losing one player from MSU's defense side. And Kansas is just not having issue taking site. Yuta comes out here. Spam comes out. He gets out spam, gets one, but that guy's already low. Face getting one. Heron getting another. 3v3 here for MSU. Drone comes out getting more information. They do need to know that one is main here. Gets tagged. Plant does not go down yet. Plant is being faked. One is main. That's so good for Kansas.
Spike down B.
Heron getting that
Last
shut down, but
player
unfortunately the
standing.
damage is done here. It is 1v1, but Heron is also just 30 HP, not much he can do. Both players are just wary of where the other person is. However, Clove does still have
Scanning ahead.
all of their HP. Spam does not come out. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Crispy getting, well, I guess maybe a good game sense read and where Heron is after hearing the shock or the recon dart.
Yeah. Okay, so I saw the Michigan State use 2 players to just try to get kills off of spamming, and I don't think that worked out in their favor.
Not quite.
No. Do you think that they should have just, waited for them to reveal themselves and get picks without getting their damage so low, or do you think that the spam was...
Yeah, I think, that really aggressive play has not worked out too well for MSU yet.
Especially the aggressiveness on B main.
Right, exactly. It's always B-side, I feel like. We saw the very first pistol round 2, like the tiles push as well, kind of
Yeah.
nearest the B-side. Not quite. Oh, I guess Heron's here.
Doing it
Back at it
again.
again. Oh, wait, he does. Okay, get. Oh, okay. Big damage has been done.
Yeah.
I do like how we saw him just completely ignore the Clove and the smoke there and just go for someone else. But
Yeah.
maybe it was just hyper-focused on the guys in the back. Plant goes down here for Kansas. Does not look great for MSU. Last player standing. Gleamer does get one here. Backs off here 80 HP. Flashes come out. If he's able to get a gun, maybe a bit more damage, but it doesn't look like it worth shutting down Lemur to a 3-person
Yeah.
survival round.
That was around.
Are they us?
Yeah, how do you feel about the Killjoy and the Odin?
Um,
I would say that's very unexpected.
yeah. Um, definitely on attack. I think
Yeah.
especially after the patch of B, I'm surprised they're still playing Odins, but I guess we're seeing new things every day.
Yeah, I mean, honestly though, I'll give it to them. That's, when you're losing like this and you just need to come up with different ways to win. Um, Odin is one of them, just the unexpectedness. So,
Right?
we're still seeing them push
You
up
should
main.
run.
I personally don't like
Well,
that.
talking about logical, he's just missed, what, 2 guys in main here, so just completely backing off A. Seems like there's a lot of information, a lot of sound on B, but not necessarily knowing that Kansas is gearing more towards A. Oh, Slouch just got picked off by Bullseye.
Calling my bot.
And now MSU just so aware that they got completely faked out. Kansas getting slight here. Point comes down here with a fat 1 minute on the clock. 4v5 retake here for
Spike
MSU.
planted.
Kansas has a bunch of alts, a bunch of formation, and just sight for MSU to retake. And this doesn't look too great for MSU, but there's a will, there is a way. Drone comes out. Does see one great kill from
Wow.
Logical here. It's 4v4 here, 50 damage done. Yes, does not get a second one here, gets 50 damage on the one hell here. Then we're getting one. It gets right off by Angel here, 3v2 for MSU. However, they are low. Carface getting the kill on Logical, but so low. Soda getting the kill on Carface, Angel getting the kill on Soda here, Angel getting the 3 kills on Heron as well. Wow.
Unfortunate.
Switch to that strike three for Kansas was really great. We didn't see a fake, I don't think, as of yet.
No.
Or at least not that big of a one, so really great play from Kansas.
Yeah, so as we've talked about before, Michigan State is just defense is just not their thing. So do you have any ideas on what they should do to kind of like lock the last 2 rounds down?
Yeah, they just gotta play sight, I think. They,
I really don't like this aggressive main push that we keep seeing.
yeah.
I
Talkie, speaking of the main push.
yeah, I don't think this is the move.
But, Heron,
Wow, it looks like they're on mid.
seems like the dart comes out here. Trips are hit by the drone. But MSU just has to just hold this site here with not a lot of guns. Comes out here, Bucky getting 1. Bucky getting 2! Get the clove. That's the 3rd one. That's the 3rd one for the
Wow,
Bucky
yeah.
by Lemur. Bucky damaging him. Damaging him. Oh, you needed one more. And this was the round MSU was not supposed to win, but
Yeah.
they got with the Bucky. The Lemur Bucky.
That was beautiful. Honestly, like you just said, they needed to hold sight, and that's exactly what they did. I mean,
He held that.
yeah, with the
Crap
Bucky,
down.
wow.
You know what? Almost getting that 4th there was also, was also amazing. But
I know I wanted to see it. That would have been great, but
Right. I don't think in any game I've ever casted, we've ever seen a shotgun or Bucky ace. I think at that 4th there and leading up to the 5th would have been the best thing ever. Just in my dreams, I want to see that Bucky ace.
yeah, for sure. It's like a
Comes
lot
out
going
here.
on.
Oh, not quite. Does damage. Around 120-ish range. KJ is in that one tappable range. However, Kansas does lean towards more B. Lemur getting that aggressive push-up, getting that first kill. And this actually might be the first round we're getting a pick off aggressive pushing. But anyways, MSU having a strong lead in terms of health. Bullseye getting the kill with Slouch and War killing Soda here. 3v4 here for MSU. I spoke too soon. Now 2 people on Kansas are a little bit low. But does MSU know that there is one heaven? Uh-oh.
It looks like yours trying to bring his TP over there too. So
Bullseye getting the kill on Logical here. They do know he is there now. Uh-oh. That's a really good lurk from Bullseye. Bullseye getting a lot of value off his positioning.
Last player standing.
Unfortunately for MSU here, great kill by Lemur here. 1v3. All 3 players are
winnable.
ridiculously low. This could be the round. Oh, he knows. He knows. No!
Oh,
You
no!
knew! You knew! The timing was just
the
horrible.
timing.
Oh, that is unfortunate. But you do have to be worried about that behind you on stairs. It's understandable,
Yeah.
but it's just so unfortunate for us casters watching that.
It's like timeouts coming out from Michigan State.
So, do we like the op?
I thought that was interesting that they pulled it out the last round of this game, considering that we haven't had it before at all.
Right.
At least in this match. So
Maybe just hoping for that. Maybe just hoping for that. Just that pick, that aggressive kill, that first blood off rip. But unfortunately, it was just like horrible that they couldn't get the KJ. To get the KJ, that'll be much more
Yeah.
winnable with the flank trip gone, util gone, everything.
I completely agree. I would have wished to see Michigan State just kind of play more back and just wait for them to come on the site, considering it was the last round. And now it's 10-12, which makes this a very winnable game for Kansas.
Right,
So
that's for sure. But on the flip side of that, MSU just have to clinch that one more round. Whether
Yeah.
that's another Bucky 3K or another magical round, a thrifty round, they just have to finish it out here as well.
yeah. Also, I don't like the op also for that reason, because now Illogical's eco is just
Right.
kind of messed up now.
Kind of messed
so
up. And I think we did see Kansas pick up that op too.
yeah. Oh, yep.
We did.
Oh.
Yep. Oh.
Well, no.
I guess
Lemur.
Lemur get a 41 too. Wow.
Interesting. So
Switching hands a little bit.
it looks like, is there an Ares as well?
Seems like it. Seems to pick buying yourself an op over buying your teammate, but we'll see how that works out.
Wow, they're really
Uh
playing
oh.
aggressive.
Okay. This could be. Oh. Okay, so he knows. Both sides know. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Biting my nails right there.
Your ult comes out here. Silva ult comes out as well. Does hit Slouch here. Slouch getting away with 70 HP. Gets blocked, but does not die. 2 ults committed from Kansas here. Uh-oh. Also getting spammed out here. Also hearing in the Draker on War. Getting really good damage on sight. And now Heron has to play slowly, carefully, and mark it. Kansas has sight. However, MSU does use the Euro ult to take sight, to take space, to get the information. But they don't have, well, I guess they don't have the best gun skill, so they're rotating from A here, just cautious to the rotate. The plant does go down. Heron had Lemur with the op here, has not seen much value off the op yet. Flash's lane does not see anybody either. Wary of that main this time. Just so cautious
Yeah,
of
I
that.
wonder why.
Just contact slowly down there. Bullseye getting the kill on Soto. MSU has to play the 3v3 here and get the kill on Bullseye as well. Shock dart, or recon dart comes out here. Bam comes out here. Carface killing Slouch. It's just a dangerous recon dart. Lemur getting 2! This could be a 2v1. This
Has
just
to get
eats
on the
the round.
bomb.
It gets the kill,
Oh,
but
but
does
did
not
they
get
get
the bomb.
Oh,
Oh, that is unfortunate.
so close.
That is so unfortunate, but
11-12.
great round though from Lemur. Great kills.
Yeah, I completely agree. How do you think that round would have changed if he didn't find off there?
Oh God, I'm the biggest pessimist when it comes to MSU opping. Unfortunately, I love
Yeah.
MSU. Go green. I love casting, but unfortunately, I've seen so many op misses last year. I've seen so many op misses this year too. I'm sure you've seen some as well. But
No, and it's also unfortunate because we know how great Lemur is with his, his kills, and now he's kind of being forced to get put on this judge because of the poor eco. So, but looks like they're going aggressive again.
yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, so great round for Kansas now, bringing it to 11-12, and now we're looking at a overtime potential. But Soto here has sight locked down. So comes out here, spam comes out, needs to hit someone, does not hit anybody here. Can't spam that, goes down. MSU loses their U2 on site. Logical getting trade on Carface here. Logical does have my Angel as well. 3v4 here for MSU. Heron goes down as well, looking like it's going to OT. However, if we do know one thing about Lemur is he can take it down, or he can take those players down. But however, this time I think he does have a judge. Okay, they do trade guns here. Now Lemur is on that rifle, on the Bulldog. Does not get the kill there. Unfortunately, he does have to
Can he
back
get out in time?
Uh-oh. Gun comes out. Smart trade there. Now they're kind of just switching hands here. Oh, that was a good spam here. He's probably 1 HP. However, does not completely take him down. Now Kansas is just playing sight as well.
Last player standing.
Unfortunate. MSU
Yeah, it's
going
very
to overtime.
unfortunate.
So I guess nothing too much changed from last week, right? We see MSU kind of dominating attack and then kind of flailing over
Yeah,
at defense.
this is kind of unfortunate. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Kansas was down 3-9 second round.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, I mean, great. I mean, 9-3 curse right there.
Yeah, that is true.
But hopefully we can see Michigan State just kind of lock this down since they've been so amazing on attack. So
Right, definitely. And if one thing they've learned is maybe don't push out too much on defense this time around in OT. Seems like we're about to see Soto play a little bit more mid-side here, maybe looking up, taking space on mid. We don't see that much of Kansas' presence on mid, just that Clove stuck in deep mid, but not really watching anything shorter than that. Kansas having 2 players play B here, 3 players on B here. Now MSU taking slight here, Slash getting damage loaded by the KG Uto, Logical getting shot as well. Kurasoto getting 2 huge picks on B here. 5v3 for MSU, 4v3 for MSU here. Oh wow, Uto comes out, people go down. 3v3 here for MSU. Lemur is so cautious of sight and now is planning instead. Drone comes out here, drone needs to be broken or he's going to be spammed. Now MSU has to watch door, watch heaven, watch flank as well. Uh-oh, MSU is a little bit of a tight spot, but Illogical looking for that kill here. We know that there is one right outside. Spam comes out,
Wow,
getting the kill
yeah,
here.
great
Kill
job.
from Slouch. Angel getting the kill here as well. Angel getting 2 here. They do not work. Illogical does not get the final kill. And Crispy, they're unfortunate for MSU. Wow.
Yeah.
12-13 MSU. Attack was their half, however. Unfortunately, they just do have to hold down the site now in defense to make it 13.
Honestly, I want to say that was great from the Killjoy on Kansas because we haven't seen any for Molly's like anywhere but main. So the fact that they had it on Spike waiting for them to plant was great. They got in that Michigan State was up 5, right? And then it went 3-3. So really unfortunate for Michigan State,
true.
but great thinking from Kansas.
We see Lemur back with the op.
You guys know how we feel about this.
Yep, definitely.
No, it's not our favorite.
Not our favorite. Definitely not. See a little bit of a change of Yuto from Herring. I don't think I saw this lineup yet. If it even is a lineup, maybe he's just shooting it straight. But now, at the very least, they aren't as aggressive this time. Spam comes out. Slouch is aware there's one. Lemur getting that kill on War now, making a huge difference of 4 or 5v4 here for MSU. Now Kansas is stuck in a little bit of perilous situation where they do have to play slow. They know op is B, but now of course mid goes down. Slouch getting the kill on Bullseye. Great kill for MSU. Kurasoto getting the kill there as well. Gets traded out by Carfish here, but MSU still has a very solid person and gun lead here with the op. Slouch careful of mid here. Here's door closed and is wary of the one pushing up on him, but no one is there. Plant goes down for Kansas, and Kansas has to play a 2v4 defense here against MSU. Not too much util is there for them, but Illogical escapes certain death by dashing across it. Carfish getting one, gets straight out with Lemur. They do know where he is. And Herring getting that kill on Crispy. I think I was a bit worried there.
I know, me too,
like,
but
so they were slowly trading out.
yeah, and Illogical was unable to get that updraft right there. Kind of messed up, but
Our idea though, I think we saw the vision.
yeah. I will say that Kansas has really been playing their attack side really great. You know, we see them just jumping from each site to mid, just really switching up how they play. They play aggressive. They default. It's great. I really am enjoying watching that.
Yep, that is for sure. And we don't really see much of an op, so much of an op from Kansas, but more so of an Odin this time. But 13-13 here for MSU Kansas. Illogical working up mid here. MSU taking space. And we do see Heron's great pick from Illogical. First blood of the game, or of the round. 5v4 here for MSU.
Cutting through.
MSU just playing slow, even though they do get the do get the pick off, but they just do know that they have the numbers. They can afford to play slow with 1 minute on the clock, and now MSU seems to be looking a little bit into tree, a little bit into A-sided here. Contact could be made against the KJ. KJ spamming there. What comes out? KJ not really successfully spamming anything. Running out bullets here. 30 bullets, 10 bullets, no bullets left on KJ Odin. No, MSU already has site A. A-plant goes down. MSU still up a player, and of course Kansas has to play that horrible retake on A.
Yeah.
Doubles dead.
Now, of course, we're getting the kill on the Odin here. Really bad Odin play here. 3v4 here for MSU. Great blind for MSU, just spamming. Nothing really gets hit here. Such a tight situation. Angel getting traded out by Illogical. Still 3v2 for MSU. This is a very winnable round for both sides. Getting one! It's okay. Getting two! Great trades for MSU here. Watching the angles, watching each other. This is what we want to see to try to finish out OT here. So, looking at that, looking at what they changed there, kind of getting those early picks, do you think this aggression is warranted? Do you think we should continue being so aggressive or kind of pull back now it's worked once?
I think that we should pull back.
Yeah. Right.
Lemur once again on the op. Let's see how this goes. It did work out last time we saw them on
That is true.
defense. You got the 1 kill from the start, but I'm not sure how valuable it was after that.
Right. Or the rounds prior to that.
Yeah. But it looks like Kansas is focused on B. Looks like we see that a lot. They kind of have a lot of heavy on B, or they have a lot of heavy on A.
True. Op does not have any value here. We wanted that up to get the kill, to get the number, but unfortunately, MSU cannot secure their first blood instead of giving it to Kansas. Now, Kurasota putting out util, but unfortunately gets broken by Soba as well. People get spammed, people get tagged. But now it's just to play site defense here with 4v5. Kurasota stuck on site. We've seen this before, and this does not look great for MSU. Kurasota gets spammed through this, I guess, the cage by Bullseye here. MSU 3v5 here. Heron getting traded out by Bullseye as well, getting one. Illogical getting one, 1v3 here. Illogical being so wary of main. We've seen Cases play a lot of players main. However, there is no one there this time. Instead, all players opting towards more so B, but there is one that right the cage right behind him does not see him, making 14-14 OT. Not a big fan of the up.
Overtime.
Not
at all.
Killjoy on the Odin. Wow.
Yet again.
Honestly, it's worked great for them, which is so.
All right, we see that 27 kills, and that's not for nothing.
Yeah, and 13 assists. Wow.
Now MSU looking towards more of a B-sided push this time instead of opting for the usual A or mid push they'd like to do for OT so far. But we do see that default just kind of play with Silva leaning more towards A side, knowing that KJ is probably set up towards B. MSU taking up a lot of mid space here. Well, now Kansas is left with just needing that information, needing that Silva dart to actually hit somebody, but nothing gets hit. MSU really liking this tree play, playing a tree this time. Now Illogical is so wary of the smoke, pulls out the shorty before going in. Of course, MSU takes that again, but does not though. There's one main goes down here. Carface going down my hair, and Carface was also one of the most valuable players, the traders on Kansas' team. That's a really huge pick for MSU here. Slouch deciding to tuck tree instead here. Lima getting a trade on Bullseye there. 4v3 here for MSU. Logical looking like getting a little bit aggressive up top. Does not commit to going up, opting to stay on site here, but now MSU has to get plant down on site. Despite does get successfully on site here. Now it's a matter of time to see if MSU is able to hold off site for this post plant.
Looks like they're unaware that 2 are tree right now.
But at least we got the ult. The Euro is monumental to take space. We do see one. We gotta hear him. Oh, does get him. And Lasco, however, gets traded out by War here. 3v2 for MSU. Not the worst situation, but also not completely ideal. Committing the ult off that. El Slouch, you know there's one right in front of you. You can feel it. You can feel it. Gets traded out by Kurasota. Great round for MSU. This is what we want. Attack is what we want. However, we do need to finish on defense too, and we're not quite known for defense, especially on the op.
I really don't want to see this op from Lemur. He's great on the op, but
there we go, Phantom.
Let's see if this is what was needed. But no, it was scary watching because Lemur popped that ult and it revealed where Silva's location was, but it blocked Illogical from shooting. It looks like he couldn't get his shots right. So definitely scary to watch there, but.
So do you think this op change now is going to completely turn things around?
I have high hopes.
I wonder if this is the pivotal moment of them deciding not to op in future games.
Probably not.
Kansas here doing something similar that we've seen a lot of MSU doing, playing that mid information, playing that mid space here. Contact is made from both teams. They are aware that War is main and Guru is B-man as well for MSU. However, nothing else beyond that. Bullseye is tagged and Tree loses his dash and not able to get out in time. MSU has a little bit of information, but not too much information yet. Kurasota being so cautious now, knowing that there is people around him. People flood in Tree. Kansas having Tree control, doing an MSU take Illogical, getting the first blood of this round here on War. Great kill, taking out Kansas' top frag right now. 5v4 for MSU. Logical taking a little bit of damage, or hitting a little bit of damage on Kansas. This is a fight he can take. This is a fight he can win. Lemur getting one trade out by Bullseye here. No, there is one. Heaven has to take the fight. Bullseye getting the kill on Logical here. 3v3 here for MSU. It's still extremely winnable. Kurasota knowing that they are all across Heaven here. Takes the fight here. Does not win the fight. Crispy going to shut down Kurosota here, 3v2 for Kansas now. MSU has to play that slight retake. Slouch is main, not sure if they do know he's main. Smokes him off here, is aware that there is potentially one main. However, MSU does have that one player on tree. They are lined up. Yuto comes out here. P comes out, does not see anybody. They are so weird. Hell, so weird. Generator. P comes out, gets one. 2v2 for MSU here. Yuto is out. Silva, I guess, does have that Yuto here TPs. They are aware that they're just hell. They're aware of that. Just plan it for them. Shock Dart comes out. Great Shock Dart. Uh-oh. Spam comes out. Does not spam successfully. Shoot him. 2v1 here for MSU. Comes up.
Yes,
Kills him.
there we
Finishes
go.
the round for MSU here. Great round for MSU. Turning it to what? 2v3, 2v2 into 2v1 and
Yes.
successfully finishing out the round.
That was beautiful.
Great finish, MSU. Wow.
Yeah, you know, I really want to congratulate Michigan State there because I want to say there was 3 times that I counted where they could have just pushed out, played aggressive, and tried to win the one, but they didn't, and they
Right.
played back, and that is something to be applauded.
And
That
I
was
think the
great.
mentality of finally, calling, yo, we should chill. Don't
Yeah,
push
maybe-
that. Don't push
yeah.
that was, evident there as we see. Well, kills-wise, you want to give a little talk about how the scoreboard kind of lined up
Wow. Yeah, so Weimer with 34 kills. That was great.
there? And the fan going down, too.
And then War with 28. And I want to say that Killjoy most of those kills were from the Odin. So great job there. Also, I want to talk about how Angel for the first, pretty much the first half was pretty much bottom frag. So the fact that they were able to come up on top with 20 just really showed that they locked in during the second round.
Right. That is for sure. We saw a lot of Angel just hovering near that single-digit range a lot
Yeah.
for most of the game. But at least thankfully for Kansas, they were able to lock that in. We saw a lot of value off of Lemur, and I was wondering if potentially we could have saw more kills, more frags, more ACS if he just dropped that up. So looking at maybe even closer to high 30s, even maybe 40
Yeah.
kills there, right?
Or maybe not 16 rounds in OT.
Yeah,
so
right.
But maybe they'll take some advice from the casters and know that we don't endorse the op during
Right.
overtime. So
That's for sure. But maybe in the future, we'll see.
yeah, I
right?
mean op isn't bad. We've seen some really good op plays, but maybe not for those crucial rounds.
Yeah.
So
We do also want to talk a little bit on the aggressiveness, right? We saw so much aggression on defense. Obviously, that was really practiced, right? Kudos to the strats, kudos to the coaches, kudos to the players. It's really well refined, really well played, smooth. However, it just seems like Kansas was so well adapted to play it against that
yeah,
aggression.
I completely agree.
Kind of bounced off them.
It was great. Kansas really just what they did was they just consistently switched things up, which made it really hard for Michigan State because they kind of take gambles on when they should push and push A main and just kind of hope to get people, but we saw a lot of times that there was nobody there. So.
Right. So sure. Now, looking at Corrode next before we briefly go on a break here. Corrode is something that we have not seen before yet for this team. Right?
No, and I won't lie, I'm not very familiar with Corrode as it's a pretty new map.
Right, that is
So-
true. So, new agent pool, I guess, in terms of what our team's going to select, what their team's going to select. I'm hoping to see a bit of the popular picks, Vise, Cypher, maybe even Deadlock. I know it's popular sometimes, setting up on B, setting up on A. There's some little one-ways there, or unbreakable ones. But definitely looking forward to see how MC plays around that, and if they will continue their aggression to that map.
For sure.
So, for now, any lasting thoughts before we're going on break?
Go green.
Go white. Thank you. See you guys soon. Welcome back, everyone, from the break. We're excited to get back with this game here. Second game here for MSU against Kansas here. We're looking at Corrode on this map. One of the relatively new maps. Haven't seen too much of it in the map pool in terms of competitive play for MSU yet, but especially for this team. But
Yeah, for sure.
definitely looking to see what the agency plays, as you said before. Any thoughts?
So I think Corrode is a defense map, right? So
Right.
how do you feel about Michigan State picking defense first, considering that, as we saw before, they're an extremely attack-heavy team, and they do better
Right.
on attack on a defensive-sided map.
We'll
So,
call this scent map a warm-up game.
yeah,
Right?
for
So
sure.
warm me up for their offensive strategies. So maybe we'll definitely, actually not probably, definitely see more of the aggressive pushing off defense. But hopefully it works this time. Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what is being played.
And there we go. We see that Vise here from Michigan
Yeah.
State here. Vise is a very favorite pick on this map. Waylay Yoru coming out from Lemur and Illogical. We saw a lot of, I think, double duelists now from MSU.
Yeah.
Last round being, Yoru and Jet.
Which, it makes sense considering that Lemur and Illogical are kind of their, aggressive
Right.
players that are known to win their ones. So,
Right. That is for sure. And we see pretty solid, confident locks here from MSU, while Kansas is still hovering their picks. Cartface still looking at that Yoru, and we see War still on Sentinel here on the Cypher this time instead of the KJ. Cypher on this map, pretty solid pick. I do like it as well. Just having the ability to, see the people, lock down a site, spam through the wall, spam through the cages and everything. Great picks.
for sure. Well, sorry to interrupt, but I also heard that Corrode just kind of has a lot of, rat picks. So, or, rat places to hide, just really annoying. You have to check every corner. So I think Cypher is really good for
Yeah.
Kansas.
For sure. No, please interrupt me. Sometimes I'd be talking too much. But anyway, really similar picks, though. We see the fade, both sides. We see a dash duelist on both sides, just a little bit different in the variation of who they're picking. Owen is pretty, I think, is probably the best pick on this map. I don't think we're going to see that much of a Clove or Brim or anything else. I do one day. I do want to see the Astra though. I'm a big fan of playing and seeing Astra in gameplay. But solidified locks, MSU defense, Kansas attack, and well, like we said, like you mentioned, maybe slightly defense sided. So hopefully this time we're gonna get a really nice lead off of defense here.
Yeah, for sure. I also want to talk about how much Yoru we've been seeing. You know, this game and last game, and just Yoru has been on every game.
Right.
So, what are your opinions on that?
I think it's definitely great. We see a lot of these teams always lock the combination of, KJ, Vise, Cypher, and having that Euro clone ascend in to bait all the Yuto is just monumental.
For
Just
sure.
excellent. But with all these Euro picks here, I'm actually quite surprised we haven't seen any faking yet. It's fake cloning. But maybe this game's our game.
Yeah, I definitely think that when you get to higher ranks, you see more Yoru since they can just. He's such a specialized character with. He can be very individualized, but
Yep.
also very team focused. So.
That is for sure. Seems like MSU has, well, looking like they're playing a little bit aggressive here. We see them kind of walking
are they
against the
not?
wall there. And
Gonna fall
Kansas
back here.
just defaulting, kind of splitting each map. Smokes come out here, does not see anybody, but of course we do know as casters there are people outside of mid, outside of B, outside of A. Kansas just waiting to make that contact here. Heron just being able to tuck into smoke here.
Bring them
Dog comes out, does not see anybody, but that doesn't necessarily mean there's nobody here. And now Kansas is gearing more towards A and not going B, knowing that the Vice util is B because of the wall, jumped that wall. So the A push is looking like it's really nice, while MSU is just still a little bit wary of the mid, a little bit wary of the B because the wall's been tripped. Now they're just looking to play a 3-man defense. Slouch getting a spam kill off of Bullseye here, 5v4 for MSU. Great first kill. However, Ward does kill Logical, just walking the smoke here. Slouch having to take down Sight by himself. Scary, scary time for Scary. Oh, okay, say that. But now Lemur here, just spamming through smoke, not getting too much here. Oh, getting one here. Slouch getting another one. Slouch getting two here. 4v1 for MSU. Now Ward's stuck in the, well, not anymore. 4-person survival round for MSU. Great first round.
For sure. Also, was this Kansas's map pick?
I believe so. I'm unsure. Hey, production, is this Kansas's map pick? While we get that figured out here, we see a pretty default setup here on Soto, and yes, it is confirmed that this is Kansas' map pick, I guess, which makes sense why MSU didn't really pick it last week.
Yeah. So that kind of makes me a little bit nervous, considering that Michigan State picked Ascent and the game was still that close. So I wonder how Kansas is going to play different, considering that this is their map and what they feel good at.
That is true.
Be right back.
Spike is left all the way back in spawn, so not even defaulting here, just I guess fully defaulting. Logical here, getting a stun here. Great picks from MSU here, 5v3 for MSU. MSU has the guns, has the numbers advantage, has the people. Now walking up, taking so much space here. Look at the map. Look at how much space MSU has compared to what Kansas has to work for. Spike is picking up here. Ward getting the pick on Slouch in a Logical wary. So wary where that Cypher is. Now Kansas walking onto A, taking space, having A, while MSU is still stuck near B, near mid here. However, they do have a really nice flank, and Cypher having no trips on flank here. Heron and Lemur able to walk up on flank with that Outlaw and Ares combo. Kirasoto having to be very, very cautious. Solo rotating through spawn. However, as we know, there is nobody there, so not much content made there. Lemur getting a kill on Andrew right there, making a 4v2 here, knowing there is one near. Span comes out here. Logical getting the kill on War. 4 bullets left in his flag. Crispy stuck alone with the classic. And a Dream does not get his one. And Logical finished out the round with a classic kill there without the stinger. Great round. MSU only losing one person.
For sure. Yeah, Kansas they both played extremely aggressive there. It was kind of fun to watch, yeah.
Definitely. A little bit change up with Kansas' tune so far.
You clean up.
It seems like we saw the really valuable pick from War as well, getting the early pick off of one of MSU's players.
For sure.
So I guess you mentioned earlier this is a relatively new map to you, right? What are your impressions so far? We've seen 2 rounds. How do you like it? Do you really think it's still defense-sided as we thought so before?
With 2 rounds, considering that Michigan State is on defense and, we know Michigan State isn't the best with their pistol rounds.
Right.
I will say it does look a little bit more defense-sided, but the map overall, it kind of looks very confusing. Just like looking at it, there's so many different pathways you can take. Just
Right. Great first kill by
Yeah,
Lasco
for
here.
sure.
Valuable first pick. Reloads kind of out in the open. Does get punished for that. 14 HP still. And now he's just watching mid ever so carefully. 5v4 MSU. Getting that kill here. Such a huge kill. But we're getting a trade on where they're... Oh, unfortunately cannot TP away in time. But that was the right idea here. Lemur on site with the Vandal. They are aware of him. Now wins that. Gets the second one here. Lemur getting 2 kills. Huge kills here. We're having to fight. Does get one but gets spammed down. Traded by MSU. Great bonus round for MSU here.
yeah, that was great. We love seeing this. I believe they did the exact same thing on attack on
Yeah,
Ascent,
that
correct?
is true.
Yeah, so switching up. This is good. We need to see Michigan State, you know, be this aggressive, or not aggressive, but winning these defensive rounds. You know, it really sets them up for a great second half.
And the lovely op comes out again.
But it looks like a Logical's on it, which we only saw Logical on the op, I believe, 1 round.
1 or 2, yep.
Yeah, so
Get that 120 tag off the KJ, I believe, on tiles. But so far, it seems like they are just really willing to take that space and aggro up mid here. Even walking through that smoke to take that angle. Does not see anybody. Maybe making contact, does not make contact. They know they're there. But unfortunately for Kansas, they don't know Logical has an op, because who buys op
Yeah,
the 4th round
wow.
here? 2 kills, they're a huge value. There are on an eco, however.
looks like
Soft
Spike
blocks.
is insane.
Okay, a little bit iffy there, but does finish it out on War. 5v2 here for MSU here, so to make a little bit of contact onto main.
One enemy remains.
Last person in there, Crispy does kill Soto. Everybody knows where he is. Crispy just has to survive here. You know he's there. He's so low. Now what you can do is a Deagle in a dream.
Logical really wanting that kill.
Yeah, but there we go. Slouch, nice crosser, ADS crosser replacement there.
No, that was great 2 kills from a Logical. Not only did they get 2 valuable kills, but it also revealed that Spike was dropped and in mid. So Michigan State just ran towards that Spike and really, you know, pushed Kansas away and just ultimately won them that round.
Yeah, that's for sure. Great lead here for MSU here. We did see this before. Again, a little bit of remembrance here. But for Kansas, how do you feel like they're attacking? How do you feel like what's working, what's not working? Tell us about it.
So Kansas, I feel like Michigan State is playing a very aggressive defensive half, which I think let me rephrase. Michigan State is playing a very defensive half, and Kansas is just unable to, you know, counter that.
Right. Seems like we do use the off rip here. Lieber getting the round 2nd kill there. Uh-oh. Flash comes out. Players are flashed. Angel getting to there through a collat. Your ult comes out here, just not willing to give up this round. Plant is starting to go down here, but they do know where all 3 Kansas players are. Flash comes out. He has to win this one. Lemur, they both know they're there. Does not win at War. Killing Lemur here. Judge comes out here, does get spammed down. However, Judge is still alive. Has to be so wary of that. Judge goes down, kills 1. Oh, does not kill 2. We saw the potential there, though. We saw the potential for a 2v3, but unfortunately, just could not clutch that out.
So I take back my words. Kansas was able to overcome that aggression right there, which was great, which is
Right.
exactly what they needed.
And I wonder if that's a little bit more so like of a misplaced teleport. I don't know if Illogical wasn't expecting to push up so fast or
Yeah.
something like that, because we saw him TP back and just immediately right being, I guess, free food for them.
No, I completely agree. Also, I'm not extremely familiar with Waylay, so
Yeah, so definitely a few things being go over. I think we might even see Willie's ult this round, basically just like a giant, think of it like a ray gun, right? Hits off site, kind of like breach up, but instead of knocking them up, kind of slows them, hinders them, is what they call it. Other PC util is just kind of like a dash and TP. Think of a moving chamber,
I see.
a jet plus a chamber. But Kansas here, leaning towards A-sided, and MSU having that Euro all the way in spawn, TPing all the way back there. I'm sure if they just didn't see the TP and let the TP back there. But now Kansas is looking towards hitting A here with Heron stuck on site with Lemur to hold it. Yeah, we have to be careful of Kansas' Cypher still lurking back towards spawn in main. Lost getting a kill, 1 kill there. Carface getting kill on Sludge as well. 4v4 here from both sides. Carface being probably quite low, probably in 1 or 2 tappable range as well. Still have to take site, has to take or plant down here. However, Cypher is just still hovering mid, wary of that flank there. But MSU is nowhere near flank at all. this would maybe be an ideal situation for Cypher to start walking up CT, walking up into
30
MSU, but
seconds left.
Cypher does not know that there is nobody there. Now MSU is just so wary of this and having Vise rotate back to B. Kirisoto having to hold on B by himself. We see Warrior. Oh, Lemur here getting picked on Carface as well, getting traded off by Angel. Angel getting 2 here, being so consistent with the kills. Plant goes down. All comes out here. This is the right guy I'm talking about, kind of like a giant beam. Does not kill him, unfortunately. Has to clear everything. Gets one. Both players go down to 2v1 here. War is not on site. They have to watch him. Gets one. Does not get the other. Let's go finish out the round on War, and Kansas cannot secure the round even with the numbers advantage. Well,
Illogical was really
was very verbal on that one.
well, he did a great job, so you know.
That is true. I really wish the cameras are quite zoomed in too. I think we saw a really nice close-up of how energetic and enthusiastic MSU is about winning that round.
But you know what? That's exactly what we need. We need to keep the morale up and just keep it going.
We
you
do
know?
need the energy.
So,
I would also be that hype if I was 10-3 in the CeeLo.
Yeah, completely agree. So, looks like Bullseye is 0-6 right now.
Uh-oh.
They're
They turn things
duelists.
around a little bit. 5-1 here. Lemur looking at the Outlaw, knowing that they don't have necessarily full buys here. So basically, gets the first kill there on Scarface, getting 2.
Oh, wow.
Completely wiping
Shut
out
down right
Kansas
there.
here with a lot. Oh, logical. Logical shutting down that round with the final shorty kill there. And really giving us a fan cam.
Yeah, for sure. But you know what? This is exactly what we needed to see. Michigan State really struggled on defense last game, and you know, them being up 6-1 right now on defense is just, it's great. They really are coming back after the last game. So.
Yeah, that's for sure here. And as always, MSU is just holding on site well, playing the aggression well. We saw that on that one as well, right? Knowing that they don't have buys, and just fully committing to that push out. And it seems like we do have a little bit of a B push here from Kansas. With Cypher, as usual, War just lurking up mid. Warriors potentially making contact. Let's see here. Wall comes out here, unsure if that's or not, but does not shoot it. They do know War is mid now. Heron just being cautious there. Kirisoto killing Bullseye, making a 5v4 here for MSU. Fadal comes out here, does not hit Kirisoto. Logical killing Cartface here, 5v3 here for MSU. Angel getting a very rough kill on Logical, getting traded out by Lemur as well. 4v2 here for MSU, just such a tough round. Contact is made here by Slouch. Great call to stay mid here, catching the War rotate. I think they also might know that War is also just someone that really likes to lurk up mid here. Lemur getting shut down by Crispy as well. Well, Crispy airballing that fade cue. Now, having to check site so carefully, playing into 1v3 with Spike there. 46 left on clock, a lot of time here. So what do you think Kansas did so wrong there? Like MSU just completely shut them down when both sides had guns.
You know, it kind of to me just felt like Kansas was going out one by one, and Michigan State was just able to shut it down.
Right.
I also think that Kansas duelists are just not, I don't want to say underperforming, but they aren't getting the picks that they need to, you know, to get onto site. It looks like Jet and Yoru are both only have 1 kills right now, and we need to see them, you know, play more aggressive and, you know, really take attack. So
Right. That is for sure.
This is their
a little bit
half.
more space, a little bit more kills.
yeah, for sure. Maybe you know they need to play aggressive, but they need to not go out one by one. They need to go out together, or
Right.
you
There's
know,
that
play with
team
their
cohesion that we
retail.
talked about last week with MSU.
Yeah, for sure.
Seems like okay, MSU's not gearing towards more of an aggressive push this kind of, except logical. But of course he has that TP back, just watching that, and they are not aware that War is still lurked up mid there with them heavily pushed. Oh wow!
Wow.
Check his PC. Crispy headshotting logical through the smoke there. 5v4 here for MSU, losing the option, kind of detrimental to them. Lieber getting flashed, getting util, Slouch getting 1 here, 4v4. Slouch getting 2 here. 4v3 for MSU. Could not get the third one. Buzzer getting the one. Lieber. Here's Soto and Heron both getting kills. Heron getting the second kill there. Finished out the round 1, 8-1 for MSU. Wow. Talk about a soundproof room. Anyway, great round for MSU. Timeout
there's
coming
a-
out. There we go. We saw a pretty good timeout last time for Kansas, though, right? Really useful.
Yeah,
They started steamrolling after that.
Completely agree. And I believe they also timed out when it was 5-0. So I wonder why, you know, they waited a little bit to to call the timeout since they called it so early last
Yeah.
game.
That is for sure. I think we also, well, we'll see maybe more of a war stop lurking at mid here. I think he's been getting caught a lot. They are wary that he is there. But unfortunately, there is not much that they're changing up. I feel like Kansas just
No.
needs to kind of look to do something else.
I saw another kill, or I saw Jet get another kill, which was great and was needed, but didn't do what it needs to do, fortunately.
Yeah, that's true.
But Michigan State is playing great, and you can definitely tell that their momentum is up, and they're just really, they're ready to win. So
Yep,
it's great seeing
that's
that.
definitely true. I do hope to see a little bit more of aggression now since we're winning so much.
Yeah.
I do like it. Don't get me wrong. I really enjoy it. I love seeing them flash out, getting them picks, getting them first bloods, but it's when it works, right?
for
When we're
sure.
ahead.
But
Thank you.
I'm actually not a big fan of that Raxi's up. I'm not a big fan of that whole Raxi set in general, to be honest.
really,
Seems
you don't like it?
No, I don't. Seems
Oh,
like he's a big fan, though. Got the knife and everything. You like it?
I like the Rax's Vandal.
Oh, okay. All right.
I
So
mean, it
here's
has a
huge
pink
fan here.
variant, so like,
That's fair. That's fair. I do like the Mist Bloom, though. You're talking about pink. But here's still to here, setting up on site.
I know exactly.
War getting a first kill, first blood, Growl slouch here. Euro comes out here. They're so aware where Kurosoda is now. Seems like MSU has to play with a little bit less information. It's being pinged here. It's to be a big, big kill for Lemur with the up. Sees one getting the flick there on Scarface. Slouch getting his one as well. 4v3 here for MSU having to take site. We see Euro and Bizal come out here, but there's not much that Kansas can do. They lost their guns, they lost their information, they lost their space. MSU has space now. War getting the flank on Heron, making it 3v3. They do know where War is now. So dangerous. Lemur getting the one there. They do need this kill. He needs this kill. Elijah being shut down by Crispy here. Lemur getting the second kill, third kill on War there with the op. This is the this is the op family that we wanted. We wanted to see the op here. Oh.
can we get it? Oh. No,
Oh,
but
boy.
man, that was a beautiful flick. He was not looking at that Euro.
Right?
The second that he came out, just boom. Yeah, we love to
Absolutely
see
amazing. And honestly, it wouldn't be even shy from saying that that was the round win. Like, they won the round because of Lemur and his
it. No,
op.
I completely agree right there. Because, if he didn't win that, then they would have just been able to run on site and just
Right.
crush it.
Play
so.
the post play, yep.
Yeah.
And I'd also do like to point out that MSU's team cohesion of the Yuto there was just really amazing. So
Yeah.
Visalt, Euro really just come out together as well. So,
Yeah, for sure. Someone in the chat talked about Fade's util, which I completely agree. Our Fade has been doing great.
yeah, that is for sure. Logical holding the angle there. However, Kansas isn't really willing, not really willing to give up space into mid. Kurosoda knowing that there is a Euro B main. However, there's not much presence being made by Kansas at all. Their dog is main, or dog, Fade Dog is mid here. Slouch spamming them out. Maybe knowing there is one there. War getting across here, taking his fight, but there is no one there. He's taking his fight with his own demons. Now swinging Siki there, getting the really nice kill on Sloucher, getting the pick there. He's low as well. Logical getting his pick as well. Heron getting a kill as well. 4v2 here for MSU. Logical getting second one quick. Lemur getting the kill on War as well when he's trying to get his gun. Carface here stuck in a really bad situation. Stunned and everything. As a hitter we talked about. Shotgun to death. 10-1 MSU.
No, that was great. This it's funny because we see that Logical and Lemur are just almost like switching the op around. Like they one round Logical Labs and then you're the next round. It's great, and this is exactly what we needed to see. So, considering last game, the op was just not what it needed to be. So.
Yeah, that is true. So we're hoping to bring this to the 11th round for MSU here before we end the half. Great round half so far by MSU. Kurosoda seeming to be rushed a lot by a lot of players from Kansas. So Yuji comes out from Kansas and Kurosoda's left on site. Dash comes out here. Great blind. Great second kill. Fade comes out a little bit late here, however. Kurosoda getting 3 here. Pulls out classic, finishing the spam, but does not hit anyone else. War
Picks
having
up
to
the
come on mid
judge.
here. Yeah, that's just definitely a panic pick up there. But seems like he's so aware. Lemur's aware that and he's right, but he does not win the fight. War getting 1 here, getting maybe 2. Crispy getting the really nice kill off Crispy. Slouch getting 1. War's dead, getting 2. No, does not get 2. Crispy getting a kill on Slouch as well. 2v1 here for MSU. If flank goes down, we still have that really nice fade out as well. Fade walking flank here. Do they know he's there? Everyone's playing so carefully. They know he's on site now. It's not default. He's peeking it. Does not get the finish. Sharing finishing out this round for 11-1 MSU. Great half.
Looks like Michigan State is really enjoying these these cams on them. So
Yeah, that is true. Um, but so 11-1 here. Hoping to finish out with a nice 13-1 so we all go home early today. Um, but what do you think they're gonna play like? You know, we haven't seen any Corona attack so far that we've casted.
you know, considering how all the team members are feeling, how well they're playing, every single one being positive, I think they're just going to keep playing extremely aggressive. It's just been what's working for them.
Right. That is true. And we see Logical and Lemur both out fragging and just dominating this field
Yeah,
here with
for
what, 16,
sure.
17 kills.
Almost a double KD.
Right.
Which is great and very rare to see at this rank.
Exactly, especially with only 12 rounds here. He comes in, Logical coming in here, gets the Cypher here, huge pick, does not decide to opt back. Lemur and Logical both pushing spawn here, Angel getting
Oh.
3, and now it's just both of our duelists running through their spawn.
Let's see
What
it.
is this play?
Our two powerhouses. I think they
It's
can
true.
do it.
2v4 here. They know. Oh, God. Oh. 4 kills off Angel here. This could be the classic ace we've talked about. Or I guess we haven't talked about that, but this could be a classic ace here.
Unable
Does
to
not
get the ace.
Oh, unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, if he wanted to kill anyone there, it would definitely be the one person trying to get the ace right there.
Right.
So
That's for sure.
unfortunate pistol round for Michigan State. That aggressiveness, unfortunately, did not work in their favor. Looks like Angel really shut that down.
Yeah,
So,
for sure. With a classic, too.
yeah, honestly, we see that player do that a lot. You know, we just see like really important 3Ks. So, great job, Angel.
Yeah. We see. I thought we saw it first the Bucky buy from Logical, but it seems like he opted just for a classic and save this round. But MSC is making up presence in every single site here. Kurosoda maybe they can contact this. Not make contact. Lemur making contact him. Aimee instead here. Now goes down. Kurosoda does get the 1 on CT. Has Spectre now. Is able to have this kill potential, much higher kill potential, but MSU is gearing towards a B take. We see Heavy U2 on site on B, but does not commit. Illogical pulling back there, even though Cypher is set up there, they aren't necessarily afraid. Everyone goes back mid. Kurosoda getting a second one here, 4v3 here for MSU. Huge win, or huge round for MSU if they could take this right here. Now Kansas pressures on them. Kansas has to make sure they don't give up guns, they don't give up space. But unfortunately, MSU seems to be looking at a heavy A take. But Kansas, if we look on the map here, is also just ready in defense. Is ready for them to come on site. Ito comes out. Kurosoda's wary of where they might possibly be. However, nothing really gets seen from both sides. Crispy getting a nice guarding kill off Slouch here. Logical knowing that they have an outlaw cannot necessarily push that too much here. We see a little bit jump classic play to try and get a little bit chip damage here. War taking a lot of damage. Unfortunately, Logical getting 3!
Oh my gosh!
What a Spectre! Holy crap! Well, that was a well-deserved email spam from Logical.
Yeah.
3 kills from Spectre at the very end to clinch
That
the
was
12th round.
great. Puts us right at match point. Kansas is also unable to buy anything, or buy heavy, I should say. So
That's true. Logical still opting to save that Spectre and just go with it, but not a horrible choice since he's the one dashing all the way in to get the kills. 12-2 MSU, and I don't think we've ever seen such a dominating map so far,
wow.
right?
This is so crazy, especially considering the last game was 14 to 16.
Right.
So
And this is their map pick too.
yes, exactly. We were a little nervous about that. So
Which makes me wonder if we should start picking Corrode. Before I call it, but not much War can do here. War does get a little bit of spam. Logical getting 1, Heron getting the other 1, Kurosoda getting another, Angel killing 1, Angel getting 2, but gets straight up a Heron. 3v1 for MSU. It does not look good for Crispy. This seems like a game-ending round here. Crispy has a stinger, and unless some sort of Christmas miracle happens early, it doesn't seem like he can do much here. Crispy has to take it slow. He has to bring up his KD a little bit more. Though there
doesn't pick
is
up the
one main.
Vandal.
It's true. He knows one's hopping. Gets an easy kill there. Hops for the Vandal. Actually still pretty winnable. Low bullets. Has to reload. 8 bullets left. There is one there. Taps it and does
There we
not do anything else. Great match from MSU here. Easy
truly.
match. There wasn't much of a struggle. Just complete domination.
No, yeah, that was great. And honestly, Michigan State as we both know, really struggles on defense. And it seems like they were just like, let's switch this up. Let's not do defense how we normally do it, and like let's just play aggressive. And it worked out beautifully for them.
Right.
So.
That is for sure here. And looking at the scoreboard here, Illogical with a 400 ACS, 23
Yeah.
and 8. Gorgeous match score here. And unfortunately for Kansas, we see a little bit of
A
a
duelist diff right
right,
there. Yeah.
exactly. A quintuple negative from some of the duelists, which is just unheard of.
Yeah.
It's, well, unfortunate that they lost in such a way. Well, first time casting and seeing Corrode. How do you feel about it?
I thought it was interesting. I won't lie, I was a bit confused on the map. It seems like you can do a lot of things, and Michigan State also flanked a lot, which I feel like is kind of rare to see. So.
Yeah, that's for sure. And unfortunately, anything that Kansas did try not necessarily worked out. And I really do wonder if this is going to be one of, the map picks now for MSU.
Yeah, for sure, considering how dominant they were,
Yeah.
especially on defense, which we know they don't do very well.
Right.
So.
Well, do you have any thoughts about the agent picks? Like, we saw a little bit of a variety this time from both
Yeah,
teams.
for sure. I really enjoyed the Waylay pick from Illogical. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like we haven't seen Waylay at all either, which was really great to see. Also, we still ran the Yoru, correct? Yeah.
Yes,
so
we did. Yep.
more Yoru, which is
So,
great.
Always yours great.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, anyway, any closing thoughts with this match? I know it was fast. I know we were done a lot earlier today than last week, but
Yeah, for sure. I think that the switch up from last game was really beautiful. They really just didn't let that get into their thoughts that they couldn't win or that it wasn't possible, and
Right.
so it's really neat to see. Also, who are we playing against next week?
Boise State?
Yeah, Boise
Alright.
State. So I
awesome.
believe that's next Wednesday
Yep.
as well. So.
And be there V square. So,
Yeah.
we'll see you guys next time. Thank you.
Yeah,
Go
have
green.
a great day.
When do we give up? When do we just close our eyes and say, that's it? This water's too polluted. This disease too far along. To a Spartan, the answer is simple. Never. Because Michigan State was founded on the belief that our purpose is to make the world a better place. And when you're open to unconventional thinking, you value people's differences and are willing to work harder, push farther, and forge true partnerships. Then and only then can you solve the world's toughest problems. Better, faster. Like renewable energy, clean water, Parkinson's disease, and fighting malaria. Things Spartans work on every single day, all without fanfare. Because we know our true triumph lies in the impact we make on the world around us. And after all, if we don't do it, who will? Spartans will.